What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my beautiful co-hosts, Josh and John Luke. Guys, what's up?
What up?
Skip us. Just keep going. Keep going.
Hey, number one member of the I Heart Heath fan club. We'll get to him in a second, but not to bury the lead. Joining us today is a very special guest, Heath Cummings. He's an analyst on Fantasy Football Today. You all know who he is, a senior fantasy sports writer for CBS Sports, and I've heard you got the best meets on Instagram, Heath. Thank you so much for joining us today, my man.
You know, I'm just so excited to see who's behind that sign. I've eliminated one person. It's not Adam Azer. I'm not sure who it is other than that.
And who is the Scott Fish is the president of the Heath Cummings fan club. What's up, Scott?
I'm upset. I wish I would have printed out a picture of Adam Azer so I could have been Adam Azer after that.
He takes down the sign and it's just Adam Azer's face.
Yeah.
Like that would be fantastic. That would
really this should have been the sign right here. We all love Heath. Oh man.
I made a sign.
Can I tell a quick Heath story to
Heath
start?
is okay.
Whoa.
I didn't want you to get too big of a head before we started playing Jeopardy. You're my opponent today. Go ahead, Scott.
No, the very first time I met Heath, it was at my very first FSGA, and I didn't really know anyone at that FSGA. Not a whole lot of people. At least I'd never met anyone in person. And he took me in and he let me sit next to him and he let me charge my phone on his laptop. He was just the friendliest guy ever. And I'll always be grateful for that. Him and his show cohorts are some of the nicest guys in this industry.
That's awesome.
It's true.
That checks out.
That is very kind. There were some other stories from that weekend that I thought might get told. I'm glad that was the one that you chose.
He's like, thank you for telling that one.
This is really weird because I don't remember the other ones.
Guys, we got some people in the chat here excited for some Fantasy Jeopardy. Jay Wall in here saying Sean Payton's future is in jeopardy. Yeah, we saw the news break today that he was likely stepping down as the head coach of the New Orleans Saints after 16 seasons there. That was shocking to me. It just shook my world. I wasn't expecting that news at all. Josh seemed to think maybe some of it made sense just from you look at what's going on with the team right now. Heath, what do you think about this news? Were you surprised? Does it affect like Alvin Kamara for you? These players, these fantasy relevant players on the Saints.
It makes a little bit of sense of how he's just completely ignored the salary cap for the last 2 seasons and pushed it off into the future. He's like, I'm not going to be here. I don't care. Like, this is why we make dynasty managers pay future years in advance so they don't do things like this. I don't think it probably the only guy who I would say that this really seriously impacts right now his value is Taysom Hill, because I can't imagine there's anyone else in the NFL who thinks Taysom Hill should be a starting quarterback.
Taysom's retiring with him, probably.
They're not with that $40 million contract. He's not.
Have you talked to
He's playing out every penny of that.
Oh, yeah. Taysom Hill's just going to keep making money for Sean Payton. That's the deal they have. I think Sean's moving in with them, just going to live in his basement and live off of Taysom Hill's paychecks. Craig has an idea for a show for you, Heath, an article or a show series called Comings and Goings about the league moves. So feel free to take that.
Is that my good friend Al Melchior? When I first started at CBS, I was actually doing baseball and football, and Al was on the baseball show with me and Adam Azer and Scott White. And there was a baseball player, a second baseman, I believe, for the Blue Jays named Ryan Goins, no G. And he said that whenever Ryan retired, I needed to leave CBS and go start a website with him called Cummings and Goins. So that's the second time I've heard that. It's a great idea.
And you upgraded it, adding
when you said no G and Goings, I was a little confused at first, but no, and last G, right? Yeah,
Cummings and Owings.
Cummings and Owings. Joey in here saying he's been chasing Heath's dry rub recipe for about 3 years now. So you must have a really fast dry rub recipe if Joey can't catch it, because he's pretty quick. But Heath, you got some fancy dry rub?
I do not. I'm not releasing my dry rub recipe today. I'm saying it will not be on the bottle when I start selling it either. But it's been a while since I've put pictures of my meat on Instagram. I need to get back to that.
I do love that account. You could buy I Love Dongers shirts on that Heath's Meat account where he posts his
I Love Dong. It's not I Love Dongers. It's Dong Chasers.
Dong Chasers.
That's I wore that shirt.
A dog chaser shirt.
We made a
Instagram
change
lets
this.
you do that.
this year on HQ, where we started wearing t-shirts this year, thank goodness. And I wore that. And the way I sit, my laptop sits right about here. So the whole show, all you could see on my shirt was dong.
Dong.
Which was fantastic.
That's great. Oh.
Guys, we got Ricky Butts in the chat. What's up, Rick? Welcome in. Glad to have you here. And guys, before we get too much further, we are playing Fantasy Jeopardy today, but I have a couple reminders first. Number one, if you are not already following our guest Heath on Twitter, one, what the hell are you doing? But two, go and follow him right now at Heath Cummings Sr. Like Scott said, he's a great dude, but an even better analyst over there. He's putting out the best content, him and the whole team over there at CBS. So make sure you guys are following him. You can go check out his Instagram, Heath's Meats, if you want to see the newest meat pictures that he's putting up over there. Sully in the chat saying, I thought I would get here early just in case, but you know what? Truly Epic's going to teach you the ropes. 3:03 p.m. is the time. We were on time today, starting at 3:03. And guys, if you're here watching this, our show that starts promptly at 3:03-ish every single day, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel at Front Yard Fantasy. It's the easiest way to make sure you don't miss any of our slightly after 3 p.m. shows Monday through Friday. We also got Scott in here. Scott saying, hey, Truly Epic, it's a good day to love Hunter Renfrow. Truly Epic is our resident Hunter Renfrow truther.
Yeah.
It is. And Mr. Scamper said, what on earth is going on in here? I'm not sure.
Who knows?
That's a good question.
Can you be a Hunter Renfrow truther anymore? I thought you were only a truther until the guy was good. He's been good now, so we're all Hunter Renfrow truthers because it's the truth.
Then could you ever have
been
so
a Hunter
Renfrow truther?
He's so far past a Hunter Renfrow truther. I think he's just the number. He's the leader of the fan club. You have no idea how the extent of his
borderline obsession.
Renfrow. Yes.
What's up, Javen? Welcome in. Glad to have you here. And Scott in here saying, hey, gents. Hey, Heath. Big fan, dude. So Scott's a big fan, Heath.
Love the Scots. Love the Scots.
Or he's really into fans. One of the two.
He's a big fan, dude.
Big fan. Just want to let you know, Heath.
With the sign up there, Scott Fish, he said, OMG, if it's Adam Azer, I would die hiding behind that sign. But it was amazing. Z2, welcome in. Glad to have you here. It's been a while. And we got Dave in the chat as well. Bing bong. What's up, Dave? Glad to have you in here too. Guys, today we are going to be playing some Fantasy Jeopardy. Before we start playing, I'm going to run through the rules real quick and then pass it off to JL, who is running the game for us. So before the show today, JL came up with a series of Jeopardy questions for us. They are in 5 different categories that are predetermined, ranging in values from $100 to $500. It's going to be just like the game show. You got to answer the question to get the money right with a couple small changes and a fantasy football twist. We are going to be going in order instead of buzzing in or calling out your name. If you get the question right, it's going to add money to your total, and you will get to pick the category for the next person, the person who is answering a question after you. You do not have to answer in the form of a question. After we go through all the questions on the board, we will have a final Jeopardy question where you can wager any or all of your money that you've accumulated throughout the game. The person with the most money at the end of Final Jeopardy is our Fantasy Football Jeopardy champion on today, January 25th, 2022. It's the most important Fantasy Jeopardy game we've played yet. And Heath mentioned before we started, he's undefeated on the Fantasy Football Game Show so far. He has not lost, so he's not coming here to lose today.
Scott Fish is only defeated. He's never won.
In Jeopardy, I have never won Jeopardy on this show. I have never ended the game with a single dollar on Jeopardy on this show.
Truly Epic is in here saying Heath is awesome. He would always tell me to start Hunter Renfrow, and it always worked out. Is that a true story, Heath? Every time?
100% of the time, Hunter Renfrow has had success.
Yes,
100% of the time. Yep. That's 100%.
Like seriously though, how many times did he outperform like his projected points over the course of the season? I would say 90% of the games, probably.
Like I might be the Hunter Renfrow truther because for most of the second half of the season, I had him projected as a top 20 wide receiver. So I don't think he exceeded my projections that often.
You were right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out.
Also, what's up, Davis Pangs Picks? He said, look at all these cuties. Yeah, there's 4 really cute people up here on the screen. And Albert in here saying, good afternoon. What's up, Albert? Glad to have you here. And Scott saying, Heath fits right in here.
That's very true.
Thank you.
That's a great compliment for us. Know what I mean? I think maybe it was.
It is not a compliment for
even,
you, Heath.
To even pretend like that. I'm going to take this compliment. Heath's like, oh, dear God, what have I done to get in with this crew right here? And Dave said Heath's win streak is in jeopardy. Good one.
Yeah.
If you guys are ready,
Jeopardy fun before.
If you guys are ready, I say we go ahead and get started with some fantasy Jeopardy today.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. So the categories we have today, we got targets. That's just going to be anything target related, target share, total targets. You know what I'm talking about. We're going streaking. This is going to be player streaks throughout this season, this past season. So consecutive games by players in the season, different stat categories. NFL playoffs, that could be anything NFL playoff related. It's not just this year, can be this year, but also previous years.
That's scary.
Grab bag. This is a new one. This is just
like
random. This is random. It can be NFL related. It cannot be. It's just anything. You have no idea what to expect. And
could it be all time stuff?
It could be all time.
Oh, yes.
Scott.
It could be a boat. You don't know.
You're good to go.
That's my stuff. Bring in the old timer stuff.
Last but not least, we got FanDuel Fun, which is, I feel like, always a category in this game, which is just going to be questions from the FanDuel Sportsbook about the upcoming games this weekend.
These categories make me nervous, JL.
I hope they do. They took a long time to come up with.
We got Scott here saying, they said, Heath, where's Adam Azer to try and take your win away from you?
I would not be surprised if he shows up on the last question to say it's worth 10,000 points if I'm ahead. I do feel like this new way of doing it is really set up to make me look like an idiot. I'm thinking about just choosing the $500 questions because there's nobody else to answer them. If it's one of the easy questions and I don't know the answer, I'm just going to sit here and look dumb.
The number of times I said that on the show, we're like, I'm not picking the 100 one because I don't want to look that stupid when I get it wrong. Like,
I would text Adam Azer to see if he could jump on real quick, but I believe he lost a turnover chain this morning or last night, so he can't. He's dealing with that. Is that something, Heath?
That I have not spoken to Adam Azer in almost a week now. It's been one of the best weeks of my life.
He wasn't on the show today, so
I love
like
your two relationship. I really do. I love the podcast.
Yeah, we owe one of our team members, Joey, is good friends with Dave Richards, and he almost crashed, but apparently he's doing some college tour with his son, so he can't. Priorities, I guess. All right.
I guess. Whatever.
So the order of today's game. So Heath, you're going to be going first, and then followed by Josh, followed by Scott, followed by Simon. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Ready? All right, Heath. All right, Heath, what category and number question value thing would you like?
I'm going to just go ahead and risk it all. Grab bag for 100, please.
Oh, man.
100, right?
Big spender. Big spender.
All right. Which NFL franchise is worth more money? Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, or Washington Football Team?
That's a fun
Who are
one.
the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah.
Who are they? They're
You
worth
are
a lot of money, I'll tell you that
correct.
much.
Absolutely correct. 6.5 bill. Well done, Heath. That's going to give you $100
That was a fun
dollars
question.
here. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
grab bag, you know?
That's fun.
And Heath, you get to pick Josh's category.
You do?
I would like for Josh to stay in the grab bag.
And before Josh does that, I want to remind everyone in the chat, play along, throw your answers in there if you want to. We're hopefully answering quickly enough that it won't affect us right there. But yeah, feel free to play along with us in the chat. Maybe you'll get some that our contestants here are missing. We'll shout you out if you nail it.
Absolutely. All right, so staying in grab bag. Josh, what question value would you like?
I guess I'll go. I'll take the $300 question. Yeah, give me the $300 question.
All right, here's your question. Was the following quote said by an NFL coach or a famous philosopher? You can discover more about a person in an hour of play than in a year of conversation.
That's definitely the famous philosopher.
Final answer?
Mm-hmm.
You are absolutely correct. That was Plato.
It says famous. Okay.
We played this on the Triple Play live stream, and I got every single one wrong. Coach or philosopher, missed every single one if I remember correctly. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get it
Lao
right.
Tzu for every
Pretty
single
cool.
one when I was on. All right, Josh, you got that one correct. It's going to give you 300, and you get to pick Scott's category.
Let's
Oh,
go.
Trippy said philosopher. Dave said coach. Fagey said player. Not an option. Good try.
Here's a Renfro.
Renfro. All right, Josh, what category did you choose?
You know what? So this is for Scott.
This is for Scott, yeah.
Scott, I know you were kind of excited for grab bag. Just the fact that it could have some maybe NFL history questions, some all-time stats questions. So
Okay.
go ahead, stay in grab bag.
Ooh.
Let's stay in grab bag. Let's go 500 this time.
Oh.
I thought about it, Scott. I thought about it.
What is the largest U.S. state by landmass? Texas, Alaska, or California?
Gimme.
I'm gonna go with Alaska here.
Yep.
You are absolutely correct, Scott.
What does that have to do with football?
Absolutely nothing.
He said
It's
it
a
might
grab.
not.
All
Yeah,
right,
he
Scott,
did. That's right. He did say that.
you get to pick
I
Simon.
didn't know if I believed him, but
I'm gonna go for Simon. Like I don't know, just feels like a Simon-ish thing. We're going streaking.
We're going streaking.
That-
All right,
that's very
Simon.
Simon-esque.
What question would you like?
I'll take the 300.
300. Oh, no.
Okay, that's
no.
fine. I'll do targets.
Nope. Nobody saw that. Which player had the longest consecutive streak of 20 or
I
more
didn't see
PPR
it,
fantasy
to be
points
honest.
in 2021? Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jalen Hurts, or Mark Andrews?
Before I answer this, I just want to tell everyone I did see the word Gabriel Davis in the other one. None of the questions, so we're all on the same playing field. Something about Gabe Davis is over there,
yeah, definitely gave
Maybe.
Davis.
but
Or
I
it
don't
could
know.
be Abraham Avis Lincoln. You don't know.
You're right.
You never know.
Man, this one's tough. I know the end of the season was so hot, so I'm gonna go with Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That's what
Final answer.
Final answer. I was shocked by his end of season finish, so that would make sense.
I'm sorry, Simon.
Mm.
Answer
Damn.
is Jalen Hurts.
Wow.
He's 1 through 7.
That's probably why I don't like having it be right there at the beginning of the season. I probably
I
remember
thought about it,
Amon-Ra
but
and
I
Mark more.
I figured Hurts was too obvious, and there must have been like one in the middle that cut it off or something. That was what I was thinking in my head.
That was a tricky one. Not as easy as Alaska.
Yeah. That was an
This
amazing
is very
$500 question.
Simon, though. You know, he likes being the underdog throughout the game and then having a big comeback at the
I'm a
end.
fourth quarter kind of guy. What can I
He
say?
is. He absolutely is.
The answers from the chat are all over the place. Jalen Hurts, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Andrews, Hurts. Dang, not an answer, but good try.
So Dan and J-Wall got that one right. Nice job. I guess the Eagles fans in the chat got it right. They're both Eagles fans.
Yeah. All right, so that's going to finish our first round. Scott is in the lead with 500. Josh has 300. Heath has 100. Simon has 0. Heath, I'm curious, how do you feel about Amon-Ra St. Brown going into next season for fantasy purposes? Do you feel like he showed enough that he's going to be going to have sustained value in fantasy, or are you worried at all about the fact that Hawkinson wasn't on the field for a lot of the time that Amon-Ra was performing, as well as Swift?
Yeah, I don't worry so much about Hawkinson. I do worry about another wide receiver coming in. I do think he's done enough to where he will sustain fantasy value, but not the fantasy value that he had the last month and a half of the season, most likely. I think, listen, comparing him to TJ Hawkinson, I don't know that the Lions would necessarily be better off throwing the ball to Hawkinson than St. Brown. Hawkinson's not really shown yet that he's the elite tight end we all projected him to be. But I do think there's a pretty significant risk that he has more competition at wide receiver for targets.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm definitely concerned that they're gonna. I can't see a situation where they don't try and bring in more pass catchers. Scott, how do you feel about Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Yeah, pretty much the same. I feel like he is a baller. I feel like he got more opportunity down the stretch that he otherwise wouldn't have, but I think he earned it. I think he earned those targets. I think he'll be good next year. I'm worried about the overcompensation of people, pushing him too far up draft boards, because there were a lot of DeAndre Swift targets that went his way short. There was a lot of Hawkinson out. Yeah, it's just going to be a different ball game. I still think he'll be good, but even if you pull those, 10, 11 target games down to 6, 7, he's still going to be an okay asset. It's just probably not going to be 20 plus every week, and he's always at your wide receiver 2 spot.
I think it's maybe more likely that he is Hunter Renfrow before Darren Waller got hurt.
Ooh,
Like,
okay.
that high end number 3 wide receiver.
Yeah,
That's a great comp. That's a great comp right there.
Ricky Watson,
I think
Cephas,
another
Quintez
great
Cephas
comp
also
is
looks
maybe
solid.
Brandon Ayuk from last year.
Yeah,
The lone guy in the offense. They just had to hyper
opportunity.
target him, and Brandon Ayuk, everyone loved him. He was a rookie, and everyone loved him coming into the season, and he ended up being kind of disappointing. And I could see more or less that from Amon-Ra St. Brown. He just doesn't live up to the expectations.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott has a question here. It says, does he think the Lions stick with Goff or look elsewhere? What do you think, Heath?
I would sure hope they'd take at least one shot on a rookie quarterback. But I still think, like, with this year's class, it's likely that even if they do that, Goff's going to be the starter at the beginning of the year.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm in the boat as far as NFL teams go. If you don't have like a franchise guy, you should be taking yearly shots at trying to find the quarterback.
Yeah, maybe you find your Davis Mills, diamond in the rough.
A little preemptive.
Yeah. Truly Epic has a question for us. What are the chances that NFL changes their overtime rules so games don't get decided by a coin flip when defenses are out of steam?
It's been proposed before. And
I cannot abide by this question. I'm so tired of hearing about this. 3 years ago,
at this point.
3 years ago, the Chiefs lost in the exact same fashion to the Patriots. The game then and the game now was not decided by a coin flip. They played 60 minutes before the coin flip.
Yep.
And that right after that happened, the Chiefs proposed a rule change. The Bills and 30 other teams voted against it. I don't know why this is any different.
Yeah, I think
because we just saw one of the best games ever played, and everyone and their mother is talking about it now. So now it's actually going to generate some hype. So I can actually see it going through this time. Last time, I understand it happened before. The Chiefs wanted it. I think there's actually going to be some hype behind it this time.
Yeah, I just think that the worst. I think it would be worse if we go to the. I guess the best way to. It's not college football because they're talking about still doing kickoffs,
Don't do that.
Like innings where everybody gets the same amount of opportunities. That's a bigger advantage for the team that goes second than the current system is.
It absolutely a huge advantage for the team that goes second.
Like, would it be more fun? I think so. Absolutely. Know what I mean? Like, I would enjoy that more, but is it more fair? I don't necessarily think so. I'm with you. Like, I enjoy college or the old college overtime, new college overtime with the 2-point conversion thing. Get that out of here. I'm done with that. But old school college overtime, I did like, but I agree with you. It gives a big advantage to the defense.
I'm just mostly tired of it at this point. Like it is what it is, and they're fine. At least they're not the 2009 rules. At least you can't. At least you can't go 40 yards and get a field goal. I made jokes on shows about why don't we do NBA instead of a jump ball? Let's do a coin flip, and the first team gets the ball. They score 3, the game's over. They score 2, you keep going, or like in baseball, coin flip, and then the team that bats get first. Like. I can see the side where it's not good, but also like football's much more physical. We got to worry about player safety. Players are much, much more tired. And it, like Keith said, you could end up with the same deal where you're just going back and forth for an out. Like, I don't know. I don't love them, but I'm tired of the argument and I'm fine with it. It's a lot better than it used to be.
Yeah. Eric saying OT should be decided by beer pong. I absolutely agree. That would be very fun.
I'm pretty sure Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce would win that as well.
Well, I don't know. Are they playing Gronk?
You're right.
Or should they do it? Should they do it by Xbox? Because Josh Allen and Dawson Knox play Xbox together, so it could be a.
I'm cool with either one of these options.
Xbox or beer pong. Those are your two options.
Here's keep overtime rules the same, but they do it in Madden.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Instead of playing it,
new game. Just restart a game in Madden. I like it.
All right, let's get into our next round of fantasy football Jeopardy. Heath, coming back to you. Simon did not get his question correct, and so you get to pick your own category again. What category would you like?
Let's go targets for 300.
Targets for 300. Put these players in order of total targets in 2021. Najee Harris, Gabriel Davis, Deebo Samuel.
I'm going to get this one wrong, but I'm going to go with Deebo, Najee, Davis.
I would have
Deebo, Najee, Davis.
Yep.
That's what I would have said.
That's what I would have gone to.
So would we all be wrong? Nope.
You absolutely
I was in my own head. I was like,
I think the gaps were big enough.
It's a 300, so I felt like that was a fair gappage.
Yeah. I could see someone overthinking this and putting Najee above Deebo.
Yeah, we're putting Najee below because he's a running back as well.
Yeah, but I think everyone remembers the one game
the 19
had
target game.
Yeah, 19 targets. It's like that was nuts.
Yeah.
Well done, Heath. That's going to give you 300 points.
It looks like most of the chat was with Harris at the front here, actually.
Wow, yeah. We got Harris, Davis, Najee, Deebo, Davis.
Samuel did miss some time, and then he had that 4-game stretch where he barely had any receiving work. So I can see where the chat went. I didn't think it, but I could see where they went.
I didn't think it, but I could see
I didn't agree with them, but.
And Ricky Butt saying, "You're doing great, Simon. Keep your head up. Don't get too sad."
No, I'm always. I'm not sad because of this game. I just generally live in a state of sadness. So sorry.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
No.
My apologies.
Love
guys.
you, Simon.
All right, Heath, you get to pick Josh's category. Where's Josh going to go?
I'd like for
I like
Josh
all
to
these
go,
categories.
I'd like for Josh to go streaking.
Streaking, Josh.
Yeah.
Take it off.
Let's
Which
go.
value would you like?
Which guy?
Which value?
Let's go with. I'm gonna
Okay.
keep it lower. I'm gonna just go with 200.
200. All right.
Mhm.
Which player had the longest streak of consecutive games with more than 200 passing yards in 2021? Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or Josh Allen?
Probably Tom Brady. That's where my mind first goes. I could see that there's a world where Josh Allen was running around. Aaron Rodgers, 200 passing yards. I know he missed one game due to COVID, and maybe that kind of broke it up. And I'll go with Brady.
All right. Tom Brady's absolutely correct.
Oh, we went through 18.
Oh man.
Every single game this season.
I was
he
gonna
passed
guess.
one.
I would have guessed Rodgers.
Scott, I was just about to say, if you want immediate feedback on your answer, just watch Scott because he can't help it. Just immediately,
Yep.
like, nope, you idiot.
So you're shaking. my
I
head.
swear, I saw Scott shaking his head down there, and it made me a little nervous. But I was like, I'm still gonna go with Brady.
Well, the Rodgers was hampered by the no Devontae Adams game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And the chat, they knew. Brady. Lots
know
of
what's up.
Bradys. Aaron Rodgers, Allen. It's tricky. Joey in here with Brady. Feiji with Brady. So many Bradys. And J-Wall with Aaron Rodgers. What an idiot, J-Wall.
Yeah. Well, most of the chat was on top of it. That's awesome, by the way. If you ever come on this show or like want to hang out and just watch the show, you should hang out in the chat. It's awesome.
Just hang out in
Chat.
the chat, huh?
Chat is
Hang on.
Yeah,
undefeated.
I do
We'll
it
talk
every
to you.
day. It's just
Scott's
fun.
Scott's favorite thing is to be a menace in the chat, and it's
It
beautiful.
is absolutely my favorite thing is to hang out in the chat.
Well, what did you say the other day? It's just that shows how little you value your time.
Yeah. I value my time so little that I can
So little.
hang out every day.
I think I already gave you your money, Josh, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Josh, you got that one correct. So you get to pick Scott's category.
Yay.
Scott, I don't like how well you did in grab bag. So we're taking that away from you. You get to go to the NFL playoffs.
All right, Scott, what value would you like here?
NFL playoffs. All right. I'm gonna go with 300.
300. All right. Which player has the most accumulated PPR fantasy
Ooh.
points in the 2021 playoffs?
Tough.
Deebo Samuel, Gabriel Davis, or Aaron Jones?
Wow. This is a lot tougher than it should be.
I don't know. Mhm.
I know who I'd go with, but
Me
I'm not
too.
confident.
I think I'm gonna go Deebo Samuel. I'm not confident at all. That game was huge for Gabriel.
Final answer?
Yep, Deebo Samuel.
I would have gone Gabe.
I'm sorry. It's
Dang it.
Gabriel
Yeah.
Davis. He had like 52 points.
Too many
Yeah.
points in that one game.
Yeah, too many points.
What a game
Four
that was.
touchdowns, and like the yardage was there too, if I remember correctly. He it was a big yardage game as well. It wasn't just like 4
Yeah.
1-yard touchdown passes.
That's a
Scott,
tough
I
one,
know
though.
that you are the nicest guy in the industry, but it's okay if you go ahead and try to win.
I'll take it easy.
Hey, he's still tied for first.
Hey, Heath, you should have seen the James Roday show.
Oh my God.
Oh, you guys.
Maria and I got
killed it.
wrecked.
James Roday and I were teammates, and we won every single puzzle. And then I felt bad for Day. I
Not
still
every
feel a little
puzzle,
bit
every
bad.
trivia question. We
Yeah,
got every
yeah.
puzzle.
James
I think we
Roday
one
got.
puzzle.
Do you know James Roday, right, Heath?
I don't know if I do.
From Psych, and A Million Little
Okay.
Pieces, and like he's an
A
actor.
million
Okay.
little things.
Million Little Things. Yeah, he got
Little
every
Pieces.
trivia question right that came to him. It
Oh
was
my
amazing.
God, that was incredible. Yeah, Maria and I got wrecked on that one. All right,
That's awesome.
Scott. Unfortunately, you did not get that correct. So
Which
no
means I
points
got
for you.
Three
And
rings
Simon,
on the
you,
board.
you get to pick your category.
Let's go over to FanDuel Fun, and we're gonna do 500.
Ooh-wee.
He's
All
not
right.
messing around. He is not messing around.
I'm trying to catch up.
Before we do, Mr. Gamer said, "Why are my incorrect answers being blasted in public to Heath?" Shame. You know how it works here, Mr. Campers. If you get it right, we praise you. If you get it wrong, we make fun of you. How
JL says it every time.
you're not new here. You know how it works. All right,
Oh my
500
gosh.
FanDuel Fun. Simon, within 1.5 points. I forgot an S there. What is the spread in the Cincinnati at Kansas City game?
Oh, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one. Within 1.5 points, so I can be strategic here.
That's a tough
Man,
one.
I'm gonna say -4.5 on the Kansas City side. I think I might be too low, but that's what I'm going with. I'm trying to capture a little bit higher. 3 for the home field.
All right.
It's gonna be higher, isn't it?
A little bit.
7.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I was thinking 6 was gonna be the line, and I was trying to capture in case there was like some hotness going on with Cincinnati where they were a popular pick here, but damn.
Lots of good guesses here in the chat. Jake got it. Was within 0.5 point. Mr. Scampers nailed it. Scott nailed it. Dan nailed it. And then a bunch of people were like sick, just one off, so they would have gotten points there. I'm sorry, Simon. No points for you.
It's my bad. That's what I get. I know this is a category. I should have studied.
Yeah.
Study every single time.
And Dave saying Heath is a 1,000-point favorite here.
I
Heath,
don't think that's like I'm in third place right now after 2 rounds. I'm a clear underdog. Give me plus money.
I would like to bet
I
on
think
that.
they know what's going on here. It's like when Patrick Mahomes throws a couple interceptions that bounce off the receiver's hands, you know, it's
That's
not
how
really
it
his
works.
fault.
Yeah. They're expecting a big comeback here.
Mahomes had 13 seconds. You got 25 minutes, Heath.
Yeah.
Heath, and you haven't even had to
You got a lot of time.
abide by our one rule here where the person before you gets to pick your category. It's the benefit of going
Simon has
right
made it
after
very
me.
easy.
Simon's been very nice to you.
You always want to choose the right guy to be behind in horse.
Exactly.
Exactly. Scott said, I killed to be as consistent as Simon. True.
You know what? My whole life I've lived in streaks, whether it's bowling or trivia or anything. I'll go 5 in a row and then 10 in a row wrong. It's never anything in between.
Z2 said, we need player props for how many questions you'll get right. That would be hilarious. Maybe Scott, maybe you can start running our FYF, our fantasy football game show
FYF
sportsbook. Yeah. Start taking bets in the chat.
There we go.
Working
Oh my
on it.
god, that would be so funny.
I'll work on it.
All right, Heath, we're coming back to you, and you get to pick your own category.
I have a question during the next interlude of talk.
Okay.
I will go FanDuel Fun for 400.
All right, FanDuel Fun 400. Before we do that, Jeff Hasley in the chat here saying, look at all these awesome fellas.
Yeah.
What's up, Jeff?
I
Welcome
used,
back.
I used to do a radio show with Jeff.
Jeff is the
Nice.
man. I believe,
Yeah.
we just played Jeopardy with Jeff on our FanDuel show. What was it, 2 weeks ago? Something like that.
Hey.
All right, FanDuel Fun for 400, correct, Heath?
Yes.
All right, within 3.5 points, what's the total for the Cincinnati versus Kansas
This
City
is
game?
tougher, I feel like.
53.
Total.
53.
But Heath over there's like, don't worry, I got this. I like that though.
54.5.
Yep.
You
Yep.
nailed it. Good job, Heath. Well done.
Great job. Yeah.
Thank you.
Just like that.
Yeah, great
You
job.
are in the lead.
This is really good.
Someone salty.
Really, really good job over there. I'm really happy for you.
Hey,
Heath,
I couldn't have done it without you.
guys, if you know, I've been making these shot bets kind of recently, but if whatever this next question, if I get it wrong, Heath gets to pick my category, I'll take a shot.
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy. We had some good guesses here in the chat. K-Can 51, 51.5. All around 51 around. Jay with 55. J-Wall clearly cheating with 54.5. Dan with 51.5. Nice guesses. Dave said, hey, I finally got one. Soon
Yeah,
Simon might be able to say
Good for
that.
you, Dave.
Yeah. All right. We're moving on to Josh. Heath, what category is Josh going to play in?
I think Josh should go back to the grab bag.
The grab bag.
Oh
Ooh.
man.
You got two
So
options here, Josh.
Yeah, I know, and I just made this thing for a shot, but I want to go big. You know, I want to take the lead here, and I won't be able to take the lead taking the $200 one.
It could be something like what state has the smallest landmass?
You know what? You're right, Scott. I want that. Give me the $400 question. Let's go, JL.
There it is.
It's going to be about
All right.
Broadway musicals.
Oh, please don't.
Which NFL team was the only team to go a whole season undefeated, including the
Come
Super Bowl?
on. You know
Come
this,
on.
Josh. Come
Was it
on.
This should be the $20 question. What's going on here?
And now that we've sufficiently
so-
mocked Josh.
Yeah, no. I'm just making sure I'm right here. I don't have to name the year of the team, right?
Nope,
Yes, you do.
team.
Absolutely. 100% have to name. Okay.
It's well, I think it was 1984 Dolphins. So Dolphins.
Final answer.
But you got
82.
you got the
82?
numbers.
Dolphins.
You were absolutely correct. 1972.
72. Ah.
And if my
All right.
7th grade language arts teacher is watching this, we had to do reports on something important in the 70s. And she told me an undefeated NFL team was not important enough to write a report on. And I forever resent you for that. I had to write it about Evil Knievel instead. That's a load of baloney. I would have much rather.
You wrote it
written
on
about the
Evil
Dolphins.
Knievel instead? What?
It was what she would
Like,
have
how is
approved.
that okay?
I know, right?
What?
Miss Langley, if you're watching.
That's
come
Langley.
on.
Putting her on blast. Doxing her.
70. It's obviously 1972.
No,
Yeah.
Well done.
No,
You
I'm
got
just,
the part that
thinking about
matters.
it now.
that 83
Dolphins.
team was amazing.
Was that too easy? I guess some of my grab bags are too easy. I thought they were hard.
My
I'm dumb.
9-year-old would have gotten that question right. So.
Your 9-year-old.
I'm not joking. He would have. His historical NFL stuff is ridiculous. He's the kind of kid that like last weekend there were a bunch of matchups that happened in the previous or divisional round, all except for one had happened earlier in the season, and he could tell you the score of the earlier matchup in every case. So the that kid's unreal.
Wow. Encyclopedic memory.
I just choose to believe he's 9 and he doesn't have 40 years of crap.
Super efficient memory. Jeff saying, I'd be impressed if Simon's 7th grade language arts teacher.
I
is
send
watching.
the link every day to every teacher that never believed in me.
Yeah.
And I say, look what I'm doing now. There's 20
Yeah.
people in the chat.
Yeah.
Like, come on. 20 people approved.
at
This
me
has
now.
at least 6 likes, Miss Langley. Look
You all
who's
said-
successful now.
You all said I'd fail, and you might be right.
Little do you know that her burner is Mr. Scampers. She's been in here the whole time.
Craig is Miss Langley. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. Josh, you got that one correct.
Yes, I did.
Where are you sending Scott?
Scott?
Those grab
Hey,
bags seem really
yeah.
hard, Josh. They seem really hard so far.
You know what, Scott? You take the last grab bag. You got it. It's all yours.
I
buddy.
didn't even get to play grab bag.
Yeah, good.
Watch, this is the one hard one of the group.
Yeah, I just have
Or
no
it'll be
conception
hard
of
for me.
difficulty when it comes to grab bag. All right, Marvel Cinematic Universe. What makes Thor,
Ooh.
or I'm sorry, who makes Thor nervous when attempting to lift Mjolnir in Iron Man Age of Ultron? Vision,
Oh,
Steve Rogers, Tony Stark, or Clint Barton?
Yeah, Steve Rogers, and one of my favorite things watching my son go through the series, not the Ultron one, but in Endgame, man, my son flipped out when Rogers finally did it. But yeah, he gets nervous during the first one in Ultron.
You're absolutely right. It is Captain America. That is a great scene. Well done, Scott. You got that one correct. And that is going to finish out our grab back category. And you get to pick Simon's category.
If anyone wants to bet in the chat on the final round, I've started fyfbets.net.
yeah.
Dot
Or
net.
it's not, it's .biz, I believe.
Dot biz.
Not biz, of course. Yeah.
Well, Joey said he just went to fyfbets.com and it's just shirtless pictures of Simon and Josh in our app.
It's all the screenshots of post-show Josh is what it is right now.
Someone leaked his OnlyFans onto fyfbets.com.
We had fun
is
making
what's
those
going on.
pictures, though.
It was a great trip to Baltimore. It was really great. Sorry, JL, I didn't even tell you I was in town for it. We were just busy
man.
the whole time.
Yeah.
He's sitting here wondering what he got in.
He's excited for the post show. I can see it on
Yeah,
his
he's
face.
like, oh.
Hey, hang around, Heath. You know, don't go
you
anywhere.
were talking about, I forget what you were talking about earlier, but talking about knocking out having the person before you or whatever. At my son's basketball, what do you guys call it where you're from? Knockout or lightning? I'm just curious.
Knockout.
No, we call it gotcha.
Gotcha.
Actually,
Yeah, like that's what it was always called at all of my schools growing up was gotcha. The game where you
I've
have to
never
make it
heard
before the
lightning or
person behind
gotcha.
in front of you, right?
You don't count.
Knockout.
You don't count. That's
What do
not-
you mean I don't count? Gotcha's a thing.
Heath, did you say
I've
knockout?
never heard gotcha. either.
Definitely knockout.
Definitely
Okay.
knockout.
Okay. All right.
All
I
right.
see a bump out in the chat. Lightning, knockout.
Bump out. Lightning. Never heard that.
Never
Bump
heard
in
lightning.
Canada.
I'd never heard gotcha or bump out, but yeah, there's yeah. I grew up with it being lightning, and then as I got older, it turned to knockout. And I know that it's original.
Puberty.
Just curious.
Mr. Scamper said, especially like the almond costume, Josh.
I don't know what that means. I'm
All right,
confused.
your pictures.
I've derailed the show too much, I fear.
Yeah.
Oh!
All right.
Yes.
So Scott, you got that one correct. And so you get to pick Simon's category.
I know that Simon wants to talk about the NFL playoffs.
All right, Simon, what question value would you like?
Do I go big again to try to come back and save myself from the embarrassment of missing a low dollar question? Because then I've got an excuse. So we'll go big, but not all the way big. We'll go 400 NFL playoffs.
400. All right. Jeff said, please someone enter the chat under the name Miss Langley.
Scott would if he wasn't here.
Yeah.
If I was in the chat today, I would. I would totally change my name to it.
All right, Simon, here's your question. What was the last year that the New York Giants were in the playoffs? 2011, 2013, 2016, or 2018?
I don't remember. And I'm actually going to get out of the comments because I know we got some Giants fans in there and I don't want to see their answer than answer that. I feel like it was more recent than you would think. That division has been awful. I'm going to go with 2018 and say they made it to the playoffs.
2018.
Yeah, it's probably
2016.
I had a feeling it was one of those two.
Just reading it, wearing it on his face again, Simon.
Yeah.
Anything?
Scott's ruining all my reveals.
Simon says the answer, and me and Heath are like, no.
I'm
Anything
sorry.
more than a year ago is all the same year for me.
Yeah, I'm the same way. That's why I hate all the time. All right, Heath. You still get to pick your own category here. Where you want to go?
Don't say it like that. That's so offensive.
The offer still stands for my next question, by the way. I'll take the shot at it. That's a very good one.
Oh God! Everyone in the chat got it right. I'm seeing every single person.
Not everyone. Not every single person.
I will go FanDuel Fun for 300.
You got it. FanDuel Fun for 300. Here's your question. Heath, which of these players is the favorite to be the first touchdown scorer in the Cincinnati versus Kansas City game? Ja'Marr Chase, Jerick McKinnon, or Tyreek Hill?
Huh. That's a lot harder than the $400 and $500 questions. I just had to know the spread for those. Yikes. I'm going to go with Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill
I think it makes
is
sense.
absolutely correct. Tyreek Hill is absolutely correct. Heath, you keep increasing your lead here. Josh is not far behind you, and you get to pick Josh's next category.
Well,
And if I get it wrong, I'll take a shot.
Josh is not going to pass me.
Yes, I will. Well,
I'm going to go with FanDuel Fun.
No, I won't.
No, I won't.
I will not
Yes, I
pass
will.
you.
No, I won't.
But I will tie you, Heath, and I'm going to take 200.
200. All right. In the chat, got it. Miss Langley, got it. Oh, God, it's so weird seeing it.
Nice job, Miss Langley. I
It's
still don't
very
forgive you.
Wait, who did it?
Don't know. It was less creepy as a hypothetical. So you
There's
said
two of them.
There's
There's
enough.
two of them. There's
Oh
another
my
one.
Miss
Is she
Langley
married or
had
not?
her-
Because it matters here.
No, if I had taken over a Miss Langley account, I would start telling stories of Simon in school.
Yeah. Oh God.
There we go.
You would have went and found a picture of like a generic looking teacher too, I'm sure. All right. You said 200, Josh?
Yes.
All right. Here's your question. True or false? The LA Rams are 3.5-point favorites over the San Francisco 49ers.
Feels about right. I'm going to say true.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You're right. Didn't surpass you, but tied it up.
Tied it up, and you get to pick Scott's category.
Scott. Should I really just? Yeah, I'm gonna put you into this FanDuel Fun. Take it. Take it. Yeah.
Well
yeah.
All right, Scott.
I've said before, this is always my worst category.
Which
Put the
player
one
is
on.
the favorite to be an anytime touchdown scorer in the San Francisco versus LA Rams game? Cooper Kupp or Elijah Mitchell?
It's got to be Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, it has to be.
Cooper Kupp's absolutely correct. Well done, Scott.
I think a lot of times you'll see the running back be the one
Yeah.
winning that, but it's Cooper Kupp.
Oh yeah. I was surprised last week you got odds. I mean, you didn't get odds for Kupp anytime touchdown score. It was
Yeah.
big on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Craig Coop.
Greg,
Good
Greg
guess.
Coop.
Langley.
Nice job, Miss Langley. You're killing it. Now you
Yeah.
care about football all of a sudden. Where were
Yeah.
you in 7th grade? 2007, football didn't matter.
Scott in here saying NFL playoffs for 500. What does the NFL stand for?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. All right, Scott, you got that one correct. So you get to pick Simon's category.
I haven't missed one in targets yet.
Yeah, I was gonna go. I was gonna go with targets just so you had multiple choices for the amount you want to go for.
Yeah. Give me targets for 500.
Targets for 500.
Because not only am I have a chance to get 500, it's defense. Within 3%.
Within 3%, what was Dawson Knox' target share in 2021?
Excellent.
That's hilarious.
Oh, good
Excellent.
God.
I'll write down a guess. I have no
So
idea.
I'm gonna do a
I've
little
got one
quick
as well.
math here. 17%.
I went with
Final answer?
I wrote down
Final
18
answer.
myself.
It's high, isn't it?
What were you gonna say, Heath?
I was just going to say my guess, but I guess I shouldn't until you.
She's
I'm
like, I
locked
don't
in.
wanna look-
It's
I'm locked in. I
until
won't
You're locked
change
in.
it.
My
Yeah.
guess was 13%.
13. Josh, did you write that?
18.
He missed some time, didn't he? So
Scott?
that might
That wouldn't affect his target share, would it?
That
I
depends
don't
on
know.
which
I don't
site
know.
you're using.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll see.
Well, the answer is 11.4%.
Gotcha.
cool.
So-
So close.
Heath, you would have been within 3%. Simon, sorry, you were not.
Heath
Hey, but
is
you
the
know
man.
what? There were some good people in the chat guessing with me. Jeff, Hasley, and Dan both said 17%. So I'm at least in good company being wrong on this one.
That is true.
But then we have some people getting it close enough to get some points here, you know?
Simon, do you get points for that?
I get moral points, but that's
Okay.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No real points. After the
Hypothetical.
show, I'll start a group chat with them, whether they want me to or not, and we can start a little club. It'll probably just be me talking to myself with them. Like it'll be me sending 10 messages, and it'll say Jeff Hasley left, Dan Turner left, and then I'll just keep on typing.
All right.
We also got to
Simon.
remember that Dawson Knox didn't have a ton of targets at the beginning of the year. He kind of grew with this offense, and like I think Scott said he missed time.
Also, Sully, thank you. He said, Simon, just know you are a great host. That's
For sure.
oh dear
There's
God,
no
this
doubt
is-
about that.
This
At
is
least
not
you tried.
going well. And Heath, you get to pick your own category
You
again.
do.
Oh.
Heath, where do you want to go?
That's really, next time you guys should have it to where someone else gets to pick your category for you. Because
That's a good idea.
Good idea,
for
Heath.
400.
Targets for 400. I'm going to try and speed through some of these because see if we can
Yeah,
get another round or
let's do
two
it.
in before Final Jeopardy. Heath, within 5%, what was Tyler Boyd's target share in 2021?
Jeez Louise.
15%.
15%. All right.
I like that.
17.4%, which gives you these points because you were within 5%. Well done.
Yeah.
Heath, put you back in the lead.
Yeah, I think I think I'm comfortable here. We'll just stay in the targets category.
All
It's
right,
like the
Josh.
last two
I
rounds,
want to
Heath
stay
has,
in the
seen,
targets category.
Heath has seen my $500 question and thought, I can do that. And then taking
Yeah,
the 400
that's
and
exactly
got
what
it.
I thought
And
the
it
same
does
thing.
help having that context a little bit, I would say. You know,
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
like
he's like,
knowing,
yeah, I can
yeah.
get that. No problem.
Give me 200 then.
200. Which player had the highest target share in 2021? Brandon Ayuk or Marquise Brown?
Marquise Brown.
Marquise Brown's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Well done,
All right.
Josh.
Thank you.
It's going well.
All right, you get to pick Scott's category.
Scott. Scott, I'm sorry. You take targets. I just don't want to wind up with myself. You know.
Myself. All right, Scott. Which player had the most total targets in 2021? CeeDee Lamb, Laviska Shenault, or Keenan Allen?
Wow.
Probably should have switched the 200 and 100 in hindsight.
I mean, it's not Chenault. I
not.
think it's Allen.
Final
I think
answer?
it's Keenan Allen. Yeah.
Keenan Allen's
That's what I
absolutely
said.
correct.
No.
I didn't even
You didn't even put the
Laviska
numbers.
Shenault.
It doesn't matter. We knew he wasn't in here. We knew he
he was
wasn't involved.
third. It was a lot less. I don't remember how much less.
Okay, here we go.
Oops.
You can
That was
do this,
100.
Simon. You can do this. You got this.
All right, and you get to pick Simon's next category. You got two options here: NFL playoffs, or we're going streaking.
This is This is.
I wish I knew which Simon liked more, streaking or playoffs.
I mean, I've missed from both so far, so
Let's give you. We're going streaking.
okay.
Streaking. All right, Simon.
I like to give you lots of options for prices.
Yeah,
course,
but
of course.
my options are 100 or go big. So, do I want to get skunked? You know, give me 400. Give me 400.
400. All right. Simon, which player had the longest streak of consecutive games with a rushing touchdown in 2021?
Joe
Joe
Mixon.
Mixon, James Conner, or Jonathan Taylor?
Joe Mixon, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sorry, it was Jonathan Taylor.
Oh my gosh. No. Oh, I knew that. I got ahead of myself on that one. I remember Joe Mixon was about to break the Bengals record, right? It was like the Bengals franchise record for most games with a consecutive touchdown. And then he didn't. I'm just shooting
Everyone
myself
in the
foot
chat
here.
seems to think it was Connor, except for Toronto Dave. Great job, Toronto Dave.
This one was a little bit tricky because I feel
No.
like Joe Mixon, James Conner both got coverage recently about their touchdown, streaks.
Yeah,
James
but this
Conner not
one,
as much, but
I should have known this one. That one was rough.
a lot of
Getting
good
my head.
guesses in
I'm
the chat.
tilting here.
You think we could squeeze in one more round?
And
Oh,
Heath,
we could speed through it.
All right,
there's another
let's
gift
speed
for
through it.
you, Heath.
Man, this is tough though now because streakings
Yeah.
have been difficult.
Yeah.
I think math-wise, I have to take one of the 500s.
Go
Play
for
a
the
little
math.
defense.
Let's try something different. NFL playoffs for 200.
200. All right. Here's your question. Which player had more PPR fantasy points in divisional weekend? Travis Kelce or Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill's absolutely correct. Well done, Heath. Increasing your lead there. Where are you
Last
sending
chance to
Josh?
make me take a shot.
I will send Josh to the We're Going Streaking.
All right,
Give me the
Josh.
500.
500. Which player had the longest streak of consecutive games with 2 or more total touchdowns in 2021? Derrick Henry, Cooper Kupp, Joe Mixon, or James Conner? So this is 2 or more total touchdowns in each game.
My initial just like thought in my brain is telling me to say Cup. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with Cooper Kupp.
Final answer.
Yes.
Sorry, it's Joe Mixon.
Now it's Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon,
Well,
weeks
he
8
made me
through
do it.
12. He had two or more touchdowns in each of those games, and the other 3 were tied for 2. Each of them had 2. Enjoy your disgusting maker's mark.
I am not happy about it, to be honest with you. I do not like taking shots to this shit. But good job, Heath.
And now
Cheers.
Scott gets to pick his own.
Now, Scott, you get to pick your own category.
Well, looks like I need to make up some ground, so let's go NFL playoffs for 500.
NFL playoffs are 500. I
was
think
hoping
you'll like
you'd
this
leave
one,
that one
Scott.
for me to miss.
Name the NFL franchise from the results of their last 5 playoff games.
Ian,
no
come on down here.
phoning friends.
Hey, no, you already told us how good he is at this.
Yeah.
Last 5.
I got it.
I'm gonna say Tennessee Titans.
Final answer.
Oh, dang it.
Was that what you had, Heath?
Yeah, the Titans played this year.
Yeah, yep. I wasn't thinking there.
Oh, but Mr. Scampers thought the same thing as you there, Scott. So you were not alone in
Yeah,
thinking
you're
it was the
now got it
Tennessee
correct.
Titans.
I went too quickly. I didn't think long enough on it.
That's a quick one.
I would never do that. That's not something I would do
That's
on one
not-
of these
that's not
questions.
you.
No. So learn from me. Just
Yeah.
take your time when answering and think about it.
All right, Simon, you can get on
well-
the board here. You got 200.
NFL playoffs, please.
All right, name the NFL franchise from the results of their last 5 playoff games.
The Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Well done, Simon. You did it.
We made it.
I'm gonna be
Now-
completely honest. I might have said Bills there, not even thinking. I just be like, oh yeah, they played the Chiefs Bills.
All right, contestants. Do you have something that you can write down on, or like a phone or a piece of paper?
I do.
I have a phone.
Perfect.
That would be fine. We're gonna have to
Perfect.
write down our wagers first. We're gonna write down the amount we would like to wager.
Yes. So I'm going to tell you the category, and then you guys are going to write down how much you'd like to wager.
All
Your
right.
scores are down there at the bottom. The
I'm glad
category,
you got on the board, Simon.
Yeah, at least you can play with us, Simon.
Thank
So the
you.
category for this is team stats. So NFL team stats.
Team. Oh, so I need
Oh.
something I can have my I do not know if I have a pencil.
You can use your phone if you would like.
You have like a
Well, I'm
you
using
can
my
just
phone
write it
for the
into your phone.
bid.
Well,
You
no,
can do it for
just
both.
delete it. Jay will write it down.
Because we're going to
and
show
then-
our bid first,
You
and
show your
then he'll
bid
write
first.
it down, and
Yeah.
then we'll write down what we think the answer
The
is.
answer is.
Okay, so once we all have the bids, we're going to show them, and then we're going to get the
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. So contestants, take a couple seconds here and write down how much you'd like to wager here. And I'll even add a little bit to this category. It's 2021 NFL team stats.
Also, Z2 said, was that the Adam Azer 1,500 point question for Simon? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that one was supposed to be worth 1,500, JL, if you could correct that.
Oh yeah, totally.
Miss Langley said, I never had a pencil in class. Yeah, that's true. Guilty as
All
charged.
right, I got mine.
You got yours?
Yeah.
Heath, you ready?
Yes.
Simon?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And Scott?
Yep.
All right. All right.
Just what I said
Go
with
ahead
Mark.
and go ahead and reveal your wagers. Show me your wagers.
I'm going all the way.
So Heath, you got 901. Josh, you got 1,300. And you said 13? Yeah, 1,300. That's how much you
all
have.
my points.
And Scott, you have 401. All right, contestants, I'm going to ask you to get out of the public chat for this one because
Mhm.
I'm going to give you a little time to answer. So out of the public chat, just head over to the private chat. I think it's a tab on your right side of the browser here.
I just leave it on that.
Uh-oh. I just made a
Yes,
mistake.
sir.
I just accidentally blocked Toronto Dave.
Oh no! Not Toronto.
Uh-oh. I don't have time to fix that. So I will fix that later. Here's your question.
We
Here's
love
your
you.
question. Here's your question. Which
Dave.
NFL team has the least points scored in 2021? The least points scored in 2021. Titans, Eagles, or Patriots? Go ahead and write down your answers on your device or paper, and I will ask you to reveal them shortly.
Huh.
Oh man, how do you unblock someone? I have no
This
idea.
is a total guess.
Poor Dave. JL just
Dave's dead.
no.
Mine's a total guess as well, but I feel like there's some logic behind it that I feel kind of confident about it. I don't know.
I feel zero confidence. This is the most difficult question I feel like of the. Which it should be. That's good.
I got something
Alright.
written down though. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
I have something written
You
down
ready?
as well. I
At
have
least it
no
was multiple
idea.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, could have. That would have been tough. All right, Scott, you got yours.
Yep. Go ahead. Put it up.
All right.
Oh.
Yes,
Wait, Joe,
contestants.
can I ask a clarification question? Is this the least points scored in the NFL period
Yes.
or just of these three teams?
No. Of these three teams.
Okay, so like the person who wins this does not have the fewest points scored in the NFL all around.
Right.
It's just
Right.
between
Out of
okay.
these three options.
We're not talking
which-
about the Texans here, Simon.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I was going to be shocked if that was the case.
Yeah. I almost thought about asking that myself.
All right, contestants, go ahead and reveal your answers. Simon with the Titans. Heath with
put-
the Patriots. And
Scott and I the same one.
Scott,
See-
Eagles, and Josh, Eagles.
I debated Eagles and Titans. I figured the Patriots for a little higher because they had a couple blowout games, but maybe I'm wrong.
I have
Yeah,
no
I
idea.
feel like there was a lot of games that the
Mine
Eagles
was a
had that
total
were
guess.
really low scoring, close games with Jalen Hurts. And
I hate
that's
that
kind of the reason I went with the Eagles.
All right, I'm just doing some math here, just calculating the final scores so
What's
that
it
I have
gonna
that
be?
ready.
I like Mr. Scamper's
What
guess
were
in
all
the
of
chat,
our
Jaguars.
guesses again?
I said Titans, you and Josh said Eagles, and then Heath said the Patriots. So we had all three represented. So someone's going to get some money. Maybe
Simon-
it'll be me,
Simon,
with a
you
big old
Wagered
dollar.
$1, right?
I wagered $1. Yeah, very, very important.
You would beat me if you were correct.
I will beat Josh if I'm right.
All
The more
right.
and more I think about it, the more and more I think Simon or Heath are right. I don't think it's the Eagles.
Oh no, don't say that. Scott. Stop it.
I'm starting to think it's the Titans.
And
I'm
Dave is
starting
back.
Thank
starting to
God.
think-
Welcome back.
I'm starting to think that's the
Sorry,
trick of
Dave.
it. The number one seed in the least points. I'm thinking that's the trick of it now.
All right. Well, the answer is
JL had a little
The
smirk on
Titans.
his face.
Woohoo!
419. The Eagles at 444.
So that means
and
Heath
Patriots-
won.
And that means Heath,
Never
you are
been so happy for a
undefeated.
terrible answer.
Yeah, Heath, you had to with 799. Scott had 499. Josh had 0. And Simon, you had 101.
I had 101. Suck it,
You
Josh.
didn't come in last.
Third place has never felt so good. And Heath, congrats. You remain undefeated on the Fantasy Football Game Show. And Scott, you remain entirely defeated in Fantasy Football Jeopardy. But you're getting closer each and every time.
I scored points.
You did. Hey, so did I.
I did not.
Guys, if you are not already following our friend Heath over on Twitter, go and follow him right now at Heath Cummings Senior.
Follow.
Oh, that's an understatement right there.
Heath, we use your Believe It or Not polls pretty frequently on our poll perception game.
Yeah,
They're
you're
very
some of our favorite.
Good to know.
That is fantastic. I just did a Believe It or Not poll right before I came on the show. A special playoff edition. Is Matthew Stafford 2 wins away from the Hall of Fame?
Ooh.
What's
I
it
like
looking
that.
like? Do you know what it's looking like at all?
Last I saw,
No pressure.
53-42 in favor of yes. And
Okay.
of course, many tweets replying saying it's obviously one direction or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to lean on the yes side there, I think, because I know his career is not over, even if he does win the Super Bowl. But I'm going to lean yes. He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
And Dave said everyone is following Heath. Absolutely. I know they already are. But if anybody in here for some reason isn't, make sure you go on over there and follow him. And Heath, thank you so much for taking the time to come on our show. It's always a blast when you come on, and you remain undefeated.
The very best game show hosts in the fantasy football industry and the nicest guy in the fantasy football industry. I feel blessed to have just been here and been a part of it.
Too nice.
So much. And Mr. I Love Heath down there in the corner, thank you as well for joining us for some Jeopardy today. Scott, it's always fun streaming with you as well.
Very, very fun, guys. I love this show. Thank you for having me.
I, for some reason, was fully expecting a third sign with something else different to pop up right there at the end. Guys, that is going to be it for us today. Thank you so much for everybody who tuned in and watched us. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time, like we are every day, Monday through Friday, for some more fantasy football game show fun. So make sure you tune in then and hit that subscribe button on our channel to make sure that you don't miss it when we go live. That little bell will notify you, and you can come on in here in the chat. Scott will probably be back in there tomorrow being a menace with you guys. So make sure you jump back in and hang out with us tomorrow. Until then, though, we are out of here. Josh, I know you got something to say.
Trading makes fantasy fun. Thank you, Heath. You're the man. Good win.
Adios, everyone.
Bye-bye.